Why'd the volume just die for me? What the fuck? Shit.
Oh, hold
What
on.
is going
I
on?
am sorry. My mic was muted. Wow. You know what? That's fine because, like I was saying, when I was muted, a lot has happened today, Joel.
A lot.
Like, we just came off of our very fun first ever Weekend Warrior stream, which,
Street Fighter,
which,
dude.
if you
God,
haven't caught it, you can watch the
what are
replay
we
on
playing now?
our new YouTube channel, UWN Rewind, where all of our
Oh yeah.
all of our gameplay streams and reactions will be living from now on. So you can go check that out at youtube.com/ at
man.
UWN Rewind.
Oh,
But
excuse me.
we had some fun, you know,
Dude.
doing
It
the
was
Street
so
Fighter
good.
thing.
I went and bought the game an hour after I
It's
left.
true.
I was like, bro, I just bought it. I
legitimately,
usually don't do that, but
like T-minus like 30 minutes after walking out the door, I get a text from Joel. It's like, I'm downloading it right now.
it was so fun. And I just went straight to story mode and started running around and punching people as soon as I could. And wife and I were having a lot of fun. We got to the part in the story where we just unlocked Blanca as our teacher. So
Wow, you guys went far then.
oh, I was just, we were having a lot of fun and playing as Chun-Li's style. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Wow.
I shout out to Reese. He said, you guys are playing it. Let me know when you guys are playing. Let's throw it down, Reese. Let's go.
Ooh.
Let's go. He says he's been obsessed, calling you out, bro. Let's fight. Yeah, I'm ready to get my ass kicked, but I'm gonna learn something. So
well, you know what? Maybe one of these weekends we need to have him come through.
Yeah. Just throw it down. Throw it down.
See what we do.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. We have a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just so good. I haven't played a good fighting game since, I don't know, Soul Calibur. I haven't been looking for them, but that one I played was great. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun and very solid. And of course, you can always look forward to more streams in the future as well. Because why stop at the first time? Let's do it more times. And of course, speaking of other things, you watching or listening to this right now, of course, you are watching or listening to the United We Nerd podcast, where just a couple of nerds kind of just hang out and talk about some really nerdy shit with a lot of y'all that are here live at twitch.tv/ United We Nerd, where you can talk to us while we talk about a lot of nerdy things. And boy, Joel, we have a lot of things to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I know there's a few topics that we could be talking about for a while. So where would you like to start first?
Let me just start up by saying I literally just finished watching Rise of the Beasts, Transformers, like literally an hour ago.
Hell yeah.
It was pretty solid. I think it had a lot of potential. I don't think it had as much heart as Bumblebee, but it was just as fun as Bumblebee, I think, as far as Transformers goes. Good action, not muddied. What are my other notes? Oh, it was ridiculous action, but great. Like they knew it. Like as soon as like Scourge, the main villain, kicks Optimus Prime, there's a random explosion behind him. I was like, okay, this is primo Transformers here. Pete Davidson did a good job. He wasn't bad as Mirage.
Pete Davidson did a great job.
He sold it, man. I was like, okay, cool. He did it. He's like the New Yorker.
Wasn't too over the top. You know.
Nope.
He did.
Michelle Yeoh. Didn't expect that. That was dope. Good to hear her in the movie. She's been busy. Get that bag, woman. Hell yeah.
And she gets to be like one of the coolest Maximals too.
Oh hell yeah. She's a sick Air Razor with a cool name. My boy Cristo Fernandez, Danny Rojas from Ted Lasso was in it too. I was like, oh shit. He always says football is life. So I was like, oh man, there should be a shirt of him saying like Cybertron is life. So that was cool to hear him too. It was fun. It was good.
So Joel,
I really enjoyed it. I just will say my only complaint was the final battle had like the same sky palette as Endgame.
Kind of, a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, good thing to pull from, right? So I thought it was funny, but it was fun.
There's a few things I want to talk to you about, But I'm just gonna say this right now. If for some reason you don't want to be spoiled by for Transformers Rise of the Beast, you know, fast forward through this if you're watching listening to this later, or just kind of tune out for a bit. We're gonna have the spoiler logo here. Once that goes away, you know it's safe. If you just want to mute this for a second, or just go off and do something. I know it's getting close to dinner time. You can just kind of go do that. But Joel,
You've been warned. Spoilers for Transformers.
when when I went to see this, because I tried to see this as soon as possible, and I told you guys, y'all, you need to see this movie. I think it redeems The Last Night, and boy, they don't waste any time showing you. It's like, hey, remember when we fucked up Unicron? Here's the apology, and you just have Unicron in all of his glory as one of the first things you see in this movie. Holy shit.
Planet Eater.
The Planet Eater. The Planet Eater done justice. But there's just so many cool like nods that they did throughout this entire movie. Not just like the Transformers, but just kind of like 90s like culture as well. It's like I felt like there was a lot of references, but they weren't super in your face. There might have been like a few, but like there's a lot that were just like nice touchstones to like get you in like the setting of being like in like the New York 90s.
L Cool J blasting when Bumblebee's diving into the battle. Like Captain Marvel. That was pretty fitting, pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
Enjoyed it.
So I want to ask you this. You've said this before many times that Cheetor was one of your favorite Maximals and Beast Wars.
Cheetor is my boy. I had the toy and everything.
How happy were you to find out that he actually had at least a few lines in this movie?
Dude, I was happy. I heard the rumor that he didn't say anything. Wrong.
That was the rumor.
He said stuff. Yeah.
So it was a nice
surprise. Man, I was just happy he spoke. I was like, okay, that's it.
All good.
Yeah, I'm happy. And they transformed too. They all transformed, of course, right? It's in the name. But
I can't tell you how happy I was when Primal was like, Maximals maximize, and they just all
it's pretty hype.
They all did their transformations like a lot cleaner, of course, because it's newer technology stuff, but still,
I will say that was the transformations were clean. Just overall in general, the fight sequences weren't muddy. Yeah, I think from Transformers 2 to Bumblebee, it was just been like a muddle of mess and mech and stuff, which usually I don't mind, but it's like I can't even fucking see what's happening. It's like, what is going on? At least make it clear, and it's very, very clear. I think they even slow it down for us, and I gotta say the action choreography was really good too. What they decided to do and the creativity. That's always what I'm looking like. How are they? We grew up watching cartoons and action and fighting, and we got big imaginations. But I think with that, it's like cool. They're being creative, not like we're gonna rock them, sock them. It's like we've seen that,
Hey.
But how they fight is I think an art too. So they did pretty well as far as giant robots.
They did pretty well not having Michael Bay touch this so as much as he used to.
Yeah, we're down about 30 explosions, but yeah.
But yeah, I'm so happy that you guys, because I know we were talking to Marcelo earlier. He watched it because it just released on digital today. Yeah. And as soon as he finished watching it, he passed it on to you so you could watch it. And so now
he didn't pass it on. I bought it. I own it.
Oh, do you buy it actually?
I bought it. So if any of our friends haven't seen it, you want to have a Rise of the Beast watch party, we could do it, because I'm probably not going to watch it again, but it's still fun. It's definitely put it on. And I will say, for me, we all have different thoughts in our little group of which movie is better. I think Guardians 3 is definitely better than this movie, though. that's my current.
Oh, for sure. Like Marcelo's the only one that seems like he's like the outlier in our group right now. No, yeah. As far as like storytelling wise, like Guardians of the Galaxy just like blast this thing out of the water. But as like a dumb, fun, like summer action movie flick, like
Oh yeah.
Transformers hits that spot, and
Mm-hmm. Summer
I'm
blockbuster movie for sure.
and they definitely announced that they are making a sequel to this. I don't know what it's gonna be based off of, but
I think we
I
know there was a little hint at
yeah,
the end, right? There's a
I think
little team up.
a little team up of
Little,
the GI Joe variety,
the Hasbro verse. I didn't.
bruh. That
When Marcel said there's a Hasbro verse, I was like, "Who's the most logical thing?" And then when I saw, it, I was like, "That makes sense."
I
Yeah,
mean
Joe.
they've done crossover comics before,
Yeah.
so there's precedent to have GI Joe and Transformers kind of be together. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't know if they're good if they plan on making like a new GI Joe movie, because I know they've tried a few times with that franchise, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe whether they just kind of keep it in this universe or I don't know what. But it's going to be really interesting because it seems like they're starting to get a flow that's kind of revitalizing the live action Transformers movies of having different perspectives and different directors kind of hop in. Like you said, like
Mm-hmm.
with Bumblebee, it was less of a Transformers movie and more of kind of like this like girl and her dog kind of thing, like her
Yeah, it was a
supernatural.
horse girl, but it was horse car story. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
girl car story, but it was still good.
but it was really
It was
good.
fun. John Cena does a good job, and Angela Bassett's one of the villains. It's and Haley Steinfeld. It's just strong. It's just strong.
Yeah, and there wasn't as many of like the stupid like early 2000s potty humor, which
Oh,
is
that
always
I
good
forgot that was a thing. It definitely in this movie, but it's like, oh,
to a
this
less
movie's for
degree.
kids for sure.
To a
Yeah,
less
less degree.
degree.
It's still there, but still
So yeah, Transformers Rise of the Beast, very very fun. If you're into
there.
Transformers,
That's it. That's
that's
all
the
I can
thing.
say. It's
That's the thing.
fun.
If you don't give a shit about Transformers, you might just have stupid fun with this. But if you love Transformers and especially Beast Wars, I think you'll really like this movie.
Oh yeah. It's that don't go in thinking you're watching Oppenheimer. This is Transformers, y'all.
Bumblebee, we must drop the nuke.
Kind of did.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's
know we
true,
want to get
kind of.
yeah, but yeah, it's if you like giant robots, you'll enjoy it. It's
Hell
don't think too hard.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, again, kudos to the cast and crew. They sold it. Everyone sold it as far as I'm concerned. So,
All right.
new
Spoiler
Blue
warning.
Beetle trailer dropped too. Saw that. Looks more fun. I think this is the trailer they needed to release to really get people more involved. Like, he's a superhero, cares about his family, and
Hmm.
he's gonna pair with the suit. It looks fun. It really looks like fun too.
It does look fun.
Um, yeah, I'm excited. I even have a volume of it. I just haven't been reading it. It's just maybe I'll do that later today or
So,
tomorrow. Just actually start it.
friend of the show, Pooja, mentioned, I believe it was on Thread, that doesn't it seem kind of weird that they're not really advertising Blue Beetle? Do you think that this is
Uh,
a one-off?
I think they're still figuring out what to do with the Flash reception and how this is like the last movie in that universe. Before I'm assuming Flash rewrites the
Well,
universe. Well, is
don't
Blue
forget
Beetle
we
still
still
in
have
it?
Aquaman.
Then I guess those two. It's gonna kind of be like Endgame. I mean, Infinity War with Captain Marvel, right?
Hmm.
This happens, but then we see the effects of like a major event. That's what I'm guessing. Like they're not
Maybe.
sure still. I know they still want money off Flash. They're still pushing that. I feel. Definitely heard hanging out with some people yesterday, and they said Flash was fun. It wasn't amazing, but it was fun. Um, yeah, I just they're not pushing it as hard as they could be, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Especially
I
because
just
like it's just weird because especially for Blue Beetle, because Blue Beetle is like the last pre James Gunn project that literally has nothing to do with like the Justice League like
mm,
Snyderverse stuff.
yeah.
Like it's a very like isolated story as far as we know, because we
Yeah.
don't know
James Gunn has
how it
said
is.
he's the first new hero in the new DCU. So
Okay, so hopefully that means he's going to be around still.
I hope so, and I hope it does well. I don't know. Warner Brothers is so weird with their.
Dude, Warner Brothers is a mess.
We've had that whole stream about that, but you know,
many streams.
Yeah, we'll probably see Blue Beetle. It looks like a lot of fun. Still haven't seen Flash. Probably we'll wait for it to be on Max. Yeah, they could be pushing it more. I just, maybe they're not sure. That, you know, it's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy. They're like, yeah, we don't know if it's going to do well, but it seems like, I don't know. The trailers seem pretty convincing to me. It's like, you know, classic kid in the suit, doesn't want to be a hero, ends up being a hero, and he's got more issues to deal with. Superhero movie. It's summer. It's again just WB is just being baffling. Or you know, maybe it could be because it's a race thing, but I think we beat that into the floor a lot with WB. It's pretty obvious now, especially with Batgirl and everything. Moving on from that, I'm gonna pivot to something I didn't expect at all. We got a trailer from the Godzilla Twitter, Godzilla -1. We got a fucking Godzilla movie at the end of the year. Yeah. Oh, you haven't heard about this? I sent it on our Twitter.
What the fuck?
Godzilla -1 at the end of the year. I was so surprised.
Hold up.
Oh, you're probably gonna watch it right now. I think the tagline is "From War, Godzilla Rises" or something.
I'm just looking up on YouTube, dude.
It looks like a remake of the first one, kinda. Maybe, I don't know. Not a lot of information. They literally just dropped the trailer today, unless it's a fan trailer. Doesn't look like it though. The production value was really good.
Okay, y'all, we are doing this live. I don't fuck around with Godzilla. So let's see. Full screen. Bada boom. Okay, so this is Godzilla -1.
Yep.
Trailer. Let's see, it's going to load the volume down a little bit.
See Brian's live reaction. Hear it. Very short.
From 0 to -. Oh God.
It's live, y'all.
What the fuck? Whoa! Oh my God, that looks so cool. Nah, bruh, hold on.
I was just eating my dinner in.
Oh, shut up.
I didn't say anything.
No, I'm saying shut up to
this
YouTube video. Now hold on. We need to scope this out. We need to scope this out.
Surprised that slipped by you. It almost slipped by me. I just happened to see it.
See, here's the thing. They haven't made a thread account yet, and I haven't been on Twitter, like barely at all. So like,
still in that cesspool.
Okay, so we have like this fully destroyed town. It's kind of weird because it doesn't look like Japan, so it might be like a worldwide thing. But then you do get to Japan eventually. Let's see. You get to Japan.
December 1st, 2023, y'all. I'm rewatching it.
From 0
it is Japan.
God, look at this. And like there's just big, it looks like a tornado of just like debris coming out. You can kind of see Godzilla a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Destruction. That's a sick looking logo though.
Right?
You can kind of see the somewhat Godzilla body and like the big tail going for like the swoop. -1.
Here, I'll
here's the money shot. Here's the money shot. Oh my.
Looking at him bite that train or whatever.
It looks like they're going back, like they're doing like a new version of like the millennia. Well, no.
I think it's like the original.
It looks kind of like a cross between the Showa and the Heisei era Godzilla.
Right?
It has more of the face of like the Heisei era.
It does.
Bruh, I am excited. Holy shit.
Welcome.
Thank you. I didn't know, but now I know. Wow. Well, shit, this day just keeps getting better and better.
As it does.
My goodness. Okay, so that happened. You get to get that reaction live. If you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, I'm sorry. Go check out the video version. Go check it out because that's a sick ass trailer. That is a sick
It's only
fucking
like
trailer.
50 seconds. It's only 50
It's
seconds.
super short, but it gives you just enough.
Oh, just to know, like, hey, Godzilla fans, boom.
My God, that is beautiful. Okay, well, new Godzilla coming this December. Merry Christmas.
Mhm.
Merry Christmas.
Hell
Godzilla's
yeah.
back.
That's
really cool.
Yep. Also, Marcelo shared on Twitter. You didn't see, but the new Wonka trailer came out. I just watched that as well. Oh, he did see it. Okay, it looks very fun. It looks 100% for 12 and under, but it looks innocent enough with a good cast. Right, exactly. It's a nice Christmas movie. That's what it is. And Timothée Chalamet is turning it up. He's what's the word? He's like camping it up. He's but it looks fun. I mean, it's funny because before that we're getting Dune, which is super serious. Very like
that's true.
Spice will flow, and then we're gonna get fucking him at Wonka with Hugh Grant as Oompa Loompa. So yeah, it's just kind of funny. But yeah, I saw that. That got dropped today.
You know what? I think he is going to. He looks like he can play a good young Willy Wonka. I think he can do it.
Selling it.
He's selling it. Let's see. What else? Of course. Speaking of trailers, there was a new Ahsoka trailer.
Oh yeah.
Now, Joel, we have talked about Star Wars here many a time. We are no stranger to the Star Wars. Would you like to go through this trailer?
Of course. It's us. We'll digest the shit out of this.
Okay. So again, for people who are listening on the audio version, I apologize. But we are gonna go check out the Ahsoka trailer that just dropped today. It's pretty sick. I know we've seen it already, but oh, here we go. Now, Joel, I know this is gonna be kind of weird because we're gonna have to kind of be doing this separately. But do you have the trailer ready on your end?
I'm already a few seconds in, so I'm already formulating thoughts.
All right. Well, I'm at 0-0. So I get on the count of 3, we'll go in. All right. 1,
All right.
2, 3.
Boom.
War is inevitable.
Classic opening with the ship.
In order to create,
It's just clean, man. It's so clean.
we are no Jedi.
Like, so far, this looks like the best looking.
They've had a few shows to go through to fine tune it.
Thrawn's return as heir to the
Oh,
Empire.
let's go.
Face reveal later though. Oh man. I love that we get to see more of this like little whatever sect of Sith or whatever they are. Kind of like
I
do
love
more.
that they
That's
have
good.
like an orangish lightsaber.
Got of course Captain Syndulla up in here. She's fought and fought and fought. Why does she want to keep fighting? That's worth fighting for. Of course, we get our other Mandalorian in the business.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me.
Looks like a
sliding
lot of
through.
fun.
Master.
Little knockoff R2D2 right there.
Sometimes you have to make the decision no one
Oh
else
my.
can.
I'm just
Different
I'm just
Ezra.
I'm
We
just
can
enthralled
praise.
in this trailer.
So good. And then the hints for Rebels. I love it too. I loved Rebels. Actually watched that first before Clone Wars.
Right, regardless of
And
our
yeah,
personal
it just looks like a lot of fun. A reveal with that whale dough.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything.
Oh, there he is.
There he is, that blue
The boy.
bastard. The other Mickelson.
Oh my god.
Anakin spoke
Oh man, ooh,
They did it.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
Once a rebel, always
a That. Lightsaber robot back, survived the Clone Wars somehow.
And the Inquisitor. A new Inquisitor by the looks of it.
Right. I bet it's you know who. I bet.
So let's take this apart a little bit.
I'm ready.
Here.
Live for Star Wars. Living for Star Wars.
We all live. Hold on. Okay. So we start out here, stuff we've kind of already seen, we have these new bad guys kind of hanging out.
Different colored lightsabers.
So that's the cool thing. Like, we've seen orange lightsabers before in comics or video games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we've never actually got to see an orange lightsaber in live action. So this is the first time we're seeing. It's kind of Sith, but it's also just a little different. So is there like a new meaning for that?
A chance for redemption.
Maybe. They're not Jedi. That's for sure. Oh, I'm really bad with actors' names. But he just passed away.
I'll pull up the cast list. What are you talking about? R.I.P. Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson
who was one of the Warriors 3 in Thor 1 and 2. Who was
That's right.
also the second Punisher in the Punisher movies.
It's like he looks so cool in this, and it just makes me sad that this is like one of the last things he's like doing. And I don't know if his character dies or not, and if he doesn't, it's gonna be so unfortunate that we can't see this character more and just see him in Star Wars more. Of course, we got Thrawn and Ahsoka a little bit. We got the Magistrate from Mandalorian back. Let's see. Of course, got Hera and Chopper. Dude, it's gonna be so cool to see how much of like Chopper they kind of put into this,
Brought him to real life.
Well, we had him in live action before in Rogue One.
It's true. He
But
just for like a little second,
a little tiny
a
bit.
very brief second.
But this show is going to be for the Rebels fans for sure.
The whole, I'm jumping ahead, but there's a whole image that they use at the end of Rebels, and they just literally brought it like 1-to-1 in
Are you
the
talking
trailer.
about the mural?
Mural, yeah, it's oh man.
So let's see, we see a little bit of it here, but I forget which Star Wars celebration. I think it was last year or this year. They actually had this mural on display.
Oh, dope.
But it's like a 1-for-1 recreation of the mural from the end of Rebels, which is really cool. Nice little shout out. Here's the debate they kind of want to have. Okay, well, first, actually, no. Let's see the first actual full frontal look at Thrawn.
That blue bastard.
So cool. The one character I've been wanting to see in live action, and the fact that they just got the Mickelson that played him in Rebels, and it just works again. But this is what I wanted to talk to you about, Joel.
Ready.
So Sabine mentions to Ahsoka as her master, right?
Yeah.
So does this mean that after the events of Rebels, Sabine and Ahsoka, like Sabine was learning like at least some lightsaber training from Ahsoka? Is there a little bit more
I guess
to
so. That
that?
was cool. I didn't expect that. I thought she was done with her training after Kanan, but I guess they divvied a little more, and I can't wait to see if we see a little flashback of that, or it looks like there's already some tension, so that'll make it interesting and fun. What do you think? Do you think? I guess I'll ask you, Brian. Who do you think called off the training? Was it Sabine or Ahsoka?
Well, it could be just like a difference in opinion. Like maybe it was something where Ahsoka wasn't ready to like go on the search for Ezra, or maybe she was too clouded to like look for Thrawn, where Sabine was more focused on, or maybe Sabine kind of got into a slump because you see that she's on Lothal, like hanging out in the tower, you know,
Mm.
and it's been a few years, so maybe she's just kind of, in this like slump where she doesn't know what she wants to do, and she's just like dead set on just kind of staying here and hopefully maybe waiting for Ezra to come back.
Been a
But I
while,
want to,
right? Since Rogue One.
yeah. So here, I'm trying to find the right screen grab. But there's a moment where we see Sabine fight one of the Sith people,
Lights.
and she's
I
holding out her
forgot
hand
when we
as if she's trying to like maybe use the Force.
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with my partner before us coming on here, and they think that maybe this could be a sign that maybe Sabine is Force sensitive. I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
personally think she's not, because she's had training with the Darksaber in Rebels by Kanan before.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense that she has Ezra's lightsaber.
Yep.
She is training with Ahsoka to keep practicing her lightsaber skills. But what I'm thinking in that scene where we see Sabine holding her hand being knocked down during the battle, I'm thinking this is probably near the end of the season, or I don't know if they mentioned if this is going to be just a season or a series, or just like one
No
standalone
idea. I
series.
think they're leaving it open on purpose.
But I think this might be maybe around the last episode. And I believe it's going to be a fake out, and that's when Ezra's going to come back. Because it's
I
the
think
last.
Ezra's that Inquisitor, that last screen. I think he's fighting Ahsoka.
Do you?
I'm making that wild prediction.
Okay, interesting.
Probably not it at all, but just for fun.
We don't know, because as far as we know, that's a new Inquisitor altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen, because the Inquisitor had like a metal face, or not a metal face, but like a knight's helmet kind of face,
mask.
But yeah, I can't wait for August, because this looks like it's gonna be a banger. And I mean, these are Dave Filoni's babies. Like
he's not gonna let it go bad.
No. I would not believe that he would for a second like skip over any small detail, and he would want to make sure that this was the best it could be. Especially since we all feel like that this is like what he was working up towards.
Oh yeah.
Ever since like he had the inkling to like do live action.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna be getting it.
Hell
August
yeah.
23rd.
Yep.
Gonna be coming.
And eventually a movie.
That is also true.
With the big three live actions, not discounting Andor and Obi-Wan, but they have their places. I'm talking about Mando, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka. So
gonna fight Thrawn.
yep.
I can feel it. He's gonna be the big bad. Gonna do Heir to the Empire.
Or is it Ezra? Is Ezra the big bad?
If the theory you're going with is true, I don't think he's gonna be the big bad. I think he is gonna be like the subordinate.
Yep.
But I don't know. There has to be something very drastic for Ezra to actually side with Thrawn.
He's been with them for like 20 years. Maybe they rubbed off on each other.
Maybe, I don't know. There's just so much to like find out. And that's what makes watching like these kind of Star Wars shows really fun. Is like there's so much mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Please don't leak anything. Please, just don't ruin it for us. Don't do it.
yeah,
Don't
please.
do it.
Yeah, please don't. Like too many people have been leaking too much shit, and that needs to stop. Like legit, full on. It needs to stop. But yeah, that was Ahsoka. Coming soon, hopefully.
I also saw a little Mon Mothma in there too. She's
bit?
been busy since Return of the. I mean, we know she lives past Return of the Jedi at least. So just it's cool that she's busy with Andor, and they got her again. Of course, why not?
And this is actually the first time we get to see her in post Return of the Jedi, as well. So it's just
We'll
like
see if
Resistance
she makes it
era.
past Starkiller.
We'll see. Were there any other? Well, shoot, Joel, you probably know more than me. Are there any other trailers I missed today?
I just want to say the Hollywood Critics Association's releasing their contenders for their awards. All I'm saying is good luck to the boys in Andor. That's it. I mean, of course, there's other shows I watch, but
Okay.
I want Andor and the boys to win. So
Okay.
that's it. They just released their nominations today,
Nice.
teasing us and everything. Other than that, I don't know. I just was going to talk about my week and stuff. Last thing, though, of course, somebody, probably Disney or Fox, I guess, or what was Fox, getting some buzz going. If you haven't seen it, try to stay off social media. It's literally everywhere. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, Wolverine. I mean, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine in his classic suit. It's out there. I kind of wish we didn't see it. It's kind of cool though too. Trying to get our mind off that writer's strike too. But anyway, I digress. It looks good, looks clean. It's what we've been wanting for, I don't know, 20 years now. See Wolverine in his fucking classic suit.
I know, and it
Tall
looks
as
great.
Hugh Jackman. I've seen some photoshops already. People chop like Hugh Jackman down to his actual Wolverine height. I think that's hilarious. But yeah, that's the next big thing I was going to talk about, other than the shit we did over the weekend. That's it.
So here, because I don't know if you heard this, but apparently the Actors Union, the Actors Guild, is going into a vote tomorrow on whether or not they're going to strike with the writers. So, we're seeing these posts about, Deadpool 3 and other stuff like this. But if they vote to strike tomorrow, who the fuck knows when we're going to be seeing these movies? And
strike as long as you want. If it makes a good ass movie, get the bag, pay your writers. It's that simple. Like, everyone wants to get paid their fair wage, pay them. And maybe the guy at the top doesn't need $50 million. I don't know. I'm not sitting on $50 million though. I don't know. But
yeah. It's just wild. It's just wild because who'd have thought that, they've been striking for a few weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wild to think that they wouldn't have come to like some kind of agreement, let alone having the executives come to the table. And I could be wrong, but I guess somebody can tell us if I'm wrong in the comments or whatever. But I think there's some kind of like court appointed official that might force the executives to come back to the table in
Good.
Hollywood.
Good.
It's just
That's true.
baffling because if you don't have writers, you can't get your shows and your movies done. So having
I mean, you can. It'll just be bad. You're gonna get
no.
The Flash. Sorry, you're gonna get Batman versus Superman. You're gonna get Justice League 1. I'm not gonna say the Snyder Cut.
Well, Joel, here's my question: who's going to write it?
Some scab, and it's gonna be terrible. No offense to scab.
Maybe.
Obviously, you need to live too, right? But I mean,
it's just baffling. It's just
It's
baffling.
all. I mean, we know what it is, right? We keep saying it, but it's just like you can't part with some more money to make a good story. You know how you get a really good story like Andor? You fucking pay your writer, right? Or The Boys, or
just
Altered
any
Carbon
show that you like to
know?
watch, like
Right?
all the above.
Yeah, even if it's a bad show, it still has writing. If it's above more than usual, like if it's a well-liked show, it has good writing, good direction. If the actors go on strike, right? Like, oh shit. Like, you know, go get that money. Come on.
Oh, yeah. So I guess we'll be seeing about that.
Yeah, but yeah, Wolverine costume looks sick.
But before we move on, speaking of other legal battles.
Oh, great. Here we go. We had the fun stuff, but you know we don't shy from the other stuff.
Well, I guess this could be fun depending on who you are, because as of today, for the Xbox and FTC
oh shit, I saw
case,
that. Yeah.
the judge ruled that the FTC has no ground to stand on, which means Xbox and Microsoft, are at least in the US, are okay with closing the deal for the Activision Blizzard purchase that they did last year.
Put Diablo on Game Pass now. Hurry up.
So they're not they're not out of the water yet, because they still need to go back to the UK to talk to the CMA, which I believe in a few days they've actually made an agreement to come to the table to kind of negotiate a little bit, because originally they were going to go to court on the 28th of this month.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to because they wanted to close this deal out on the 18th. So in order to do that, they need to try to make a deal with the CMA in the UK in order for, you know, the acquisition, as far as like the UK is concerned, to go through. Mm-hmm. Now, whether or not they can make a deal, that's another story, because it's either they make a compromise or there's no Xbox Activision games coming out in the UK until they can figure something out. Mm. That's neither here or there for us, but it's just interesting that we've been hearing about this case for so long, and to finally, at least in the US, have it kind of be done is wild, and to have Xbox come out victorious in a way.
They lost the console wars, though. Apparently, whoever cares.
I mean, they kind of did, because when you that's the thing, because, you know, biases aside, you know, just looking from an objective standpoint, like a lot of the things the FTC and like Sony have tried to pull out as evidence of why this shouldn't happen didn't stand ground as much. Like, you know, what was that thing that Sony said, like, oh, you know, third-party games make up the most money for PlayStation? I was like, what? Like, how does that work? You know, yeah, I'm assuming Call of Duty makes a lot of money. I was like, what? And then the whole thing with the cloud gaming thing, where like they're saying that like Xbox is a monopoly, which is kind of weird, because there have been other services. There still are other services, but still a very experimental like region. And then, you know, the FTC not wanting to like recognize like Nintendo as an argument where the judge was like, no, you should look at Nintendo because they are, one of the top 3 console manufacturers and like game makers.
Mhm.
And like relatively speaking, as far as just like game wise, like Xbox is third. They haven't been doing too hot in the games department recently in the past few years. So I'm just glad that this chapter is done. And then, whatever they can work out with the CMA is cool and fine and dandy. But I'm just waiting for this to be all done, the deal closes and whatever, and they could do whatever they want with Activision Blizzard. I honestly don't care what they do as long as, they hopefully, you know, Xbox like cleans up Activision a little bit more. Maybe get one motherfucker out of there.
But Brian, he's
Mm.
the mastermind behind all the great projects.
No, he's not. He's the mastermind of putting money in his pocket.
And more. And more.
Bobby. Oh, Bobby.
I'm not even gonna name this fool. Fuck him. He doesn't deserve it. Anyway, cool.
Yeah.
I hope there's a lot of Monopoly action happening more and more lately. That'd be cool if it stopped, but I don't know. Sony's trying real hard to stay up top. It's a little scummy. I'm gonna say it's a little just like doing well.
At the end of the day, they're all businesses. They're all
exactly.
They're all
Of course, they
trying
want money.
to
Generate money.
They're all trying to figure out a way to be a successful company.
Mm-hmm.
We can't forget that at the end of the day, as much as we like one company over the other, depending on who you are, like what you like to play. Like I have to remember at the end of the day, they're trying to do the best thing to be successful and take that money from your pocket.
Same thing with Bungie. One of my favorite game companies making Destiny. People are like, they're making it so expensive. It's like, guys, I love them too, but they're here to take your money. Like, there are no more handouts with them.
That's a whole nother conversation that we can get into that we probably won't right now.
Yeah,
as far as like the cost of video games nowadays.
That is a fucking expensive game. So that is also, I know I keep saying it. I am with Lightfall that last year. I'm taking a fucking break from that series. Holy shit! It costs a lot to stay up to date. That's not a good thing. It's not. But I digress. Yeah, that's a lot of things today.
a lot of things are happening today.
Yeah. On a lighter note, if you have other things to say, Brian, go ahead. But we just played D&D on Friday. Had a fun little adventure with some of our friends. I literally just made a mission for them to exorcise a ghost town. that was literally, yeah. Just
it was
they
fun
fought
time.
a wraith. The wraith tripped over a rock. He got smashed in a cannon. He was not having a good time. So, and then it ended with Jameson's character, a giant, did a frog splash on everyone. So
yeah, that wasn't fun.
Frog splash Brian too. But yeah, little nerdy action. And then yesterday played with Josh, who was on an episode of ours, the D&D episode. Go check that out. It's one of our more popular ones on the podcast. We did more Call of Cthulhu. We had what's cool is he had like a little video of like an exploration we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the Arctic. It came with like a video, so it's like an old timey 30s video going to Antarctica to Moss Island. Moss Island is real, by the way, with an active volcano in Antarctica. Didn't learn that, so we learned something new today. Look it up.
Learn a little geography,
right? But yeah, I started that, and we were making new characters, and it's like, how can we come up with this vehicle to go on ice, a motorcycle, right? And it's like, not snowmobile. One of our other players said, he said snowder cycle, and that is sticking around. Snowder cycle, remember that, y'all.
Okay,
fun phrase. But yeah, just little lighthearted stuff. Really quick, that's all. Just wanted to palate cleanse just a little.
Nice. All right. So, Joel, I have been playing more Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I got to a really cool part.
You think you're halfway climax?
No, not even close. But I'm gonna try to stay as spoiler free as I possibly can.
Spoil it for me. I
But
probably won't play
but
it.
as far as action games are concerned, especially character action games like this, like it's guaranteed to happen at some point, so it's not too much of a spoiler. But I finally unlocked uh Clive's version of the Devil Trigger.
Nice. Double trigger.
And holy shit, was it a sick experience. So in like the Final Fantasy world, it's called semi-prime or semi-priming, because the idea of like invoking your icon is called priming. So this is kind of like the halfway point. So it kind of like has like accents of like your icon kind of like showing up, and like you get like a super buff and all that kind of stuff. Standard character action, transformation stuff. But the sequence in order to get it was just so sick. Like like I would say it somewhat rivals Dante getting his Sin Devil Trigger and DMC5 as far as just kind of like hype, or actually even Nero to an extent. But like maybe just barely under. But like Clive getting his semi-prime form was fan-fucking-tastic. And
Nice.
just like the line delivery for that, because it's like it's to somewhat set the scenario. It's just like Clive is just like with himself, and he's kind of like battling his demons kind of way, and just kind of like confronting his past a little bit, but just like the whole sequence just like made it for like a sweet fucking experience. And I'm loving this game more and more every time I play it. So
Hell yeah.
I'm probably gonna play it a little bit more tonight before going to bed.
I feel like Street Fighter. I'm like, I just want to go fuck some bitches up.
Yeah, I mean, Joel, I don't know how you feel, but we can play some online. It
Shit.
is crossplay. Street Fighter 6 should be
That's why I was
crossplay.
like, I don't know if I could play with Reese, and then I was like, oh shit, we can. We could totally face off. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is continuing to be a lot of fun. And I've kind of really just been playing that. Like this week I haven't really touched Tears of the Kingdom, not because I don't want to, but just I haven't had time to.
dude, I just got to like thought it was like, okay, time to fight Ganon. There was my buddy Matt, who's also on the podcast, by the way. He was on the D&D episode. He was like, you should go to the main castle, and I did. And I was like, oh.
Ooh.
And then I'm not done. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm like, what? And so now it's like, now if you want to be done, this is what you do. I was like, oh, you fuckers. It was really cool because they never talked about I'm gonna be a little vague. There's like another person that helps you. And they're like, they never brought it up. And I was like, oh, this is how they bring it up.
Yep.
Okay. So, and it's like, you already did it, which I love about this game. It's like, you already did it. You're good. I was like, thank God. So,
No, it's so nice to like, it's like, oh man, I'm so hungry. I wish I had 10 mushrooms. It's like, oh, you have them on you. Here. Fucking done. Mission complete. Oh, thank God.
I did a Korok one yesterday where it's like, I need 5 golden apples. I had 1 already. I was like, thank goodness I don't need to get all fucking 5. But yeah, just it's such a great game. And I still am. I was just scrolling through Facebook the other day. There's a video of how to get this set. Like I thought it was only like one item of the set. No, there's more, and I missed it. Like there's like a section of the map I haven't visited. I was like, of course it's right there. So I'm gonna probably look at that. I was like, last night I was like, I gotta get through the castle, and then I was like, fuck, but I was still having fun. But yeah, it was cool though too. So if anyone is like done with the 4 phenomenon and kind of want to get started in the end, castle. That's what I was told. Thank you, Matt. I went to that castle, and it was really cool. It was really cool.
Hell yeah.
but still more to do. Holy shit, that game.
Oh, there's always
Yeah.
more to do, dude.
Oh yeah, that I don't know how that game is definitely game of the year. I mean, next to Spider-Man, like I said.
So
Damn.
here's my question for you, Joel. Because we're already at the halfway point of the year, right?
Shit, I know.
Out of everything you've played, and I guess like what you're looking forward to, like honestly, like, what do you think would be in? I guess let's say like your top 5 game of the year. I feel like this year is so hard to choose, and we're not even done yet. We have more games coming.
I can only think of 2. It's. I mean, Ragnarok was last year, but that's going to be my personal game of the year. But I need to finish that too. It's been sleeping. It's Breath of the Wild and Spider-Man. Like I know Spider-Man is going to be amazing. But Street Fighter, I don't know if it's going to get up there, but it's as far as fun, like that's like there's still other games like I said haven't come out yet.
I mean, but here's my question, Joel. Starfall. Or not Starfall, Starfield. Sorry, Starfield.
You're awake finally. I forgot about Starfield. We were just talking about it yesterday. At
like Josh's. Starfield is coming out. Like we don't know how it's going to be when it comes out. Like it looks promising, but we're holding judgment. But like what we got to see at the direct that they did, right? It looked impressive. The fact that it's coming out on Game Pass, we're just going to be able to download it right away, play it right away. If it holds up to what, they've been telling us, like what Bethesda has been telling us about this game, like it'd be hard to not put it in the top 5 games of the year. And it's so hard because like you said, like we have Tears of the Kingdom. That has to be like a guaranteed game of the year. We have, I mean, at least for me, Street Fighter 6 is going to be way up there for me because it's just such a solid game.
Very solid.
Spider-Man 2, obviously, like we're both big Spider-Man fans. Spider-Man 1 was great. Miles Morales was great. So it's only, stands a reason that 2 is going to be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm going to put Diablo 4 in Game of the Year. It's very popular right now. I don't know if Final Fantasy is going to edge it out. I know that's a huge franchise too.
A majority of our friend group is playing D4 right now.
Yeah, they aren't even talking about it. That's how much they love it. They're just playing it. They're not in it. I mean, unless they're in another group or texting each other. I don't see them putting out hails in our usual chat. They're just going.
Oh yeah.
So, I was gonna get that, but then I played Street Fighter, so
I can't blame you for that.
I'm all in on Street Fighter right now. But
it's so hard.
Are there any other big releases that I'm not remembering right now?
Big releases for this year?
Yeah.
Got Spider-Man 2. Starfield's big.
Starfield for sure was going to be contender. I think like that vampire game though.
Which vampire game?
Exactly, right? There was like a not even multi. It was a multiplayer.
Oh, are you talking about Redfall?
Yeah, Redfall. I was hyped for Redfall.
Dude. That thing.
It's not even. It's done.
That thing got staked out of the gate. It's not. It's not coming.
Yeah. Hogwarts Legacy was pretty hot for a second. That probably might contend with people.
So I've
Travelers
as much as of a big like controversy that got on like social media and stuff like that. It did surprisingly well. Will it be game of the year? No. Will it be in a lot of people's like top 10s? Probably.
Survivor.
A lot of people played
about that. I need to play that too. Shit.
Jedi Survivor? Yeah. That's the thing. It's so hard because there's so many good games coming out this year that it feels like shit. Hi-Fi Rush came out this year. And it was a real good game. But there's so many other good games that have been coming out that it's like no offense to like Hi-Fi Rush. It's really great. It's a good game, but it just keeps getting pushed down because there's so many other good games coming out. And I feel like we haven't had a year like this in a long time.
Armored Core 6 too. Hades
Fuck, that's right.
2. God, there's too many fucking games.
Lies of P is coming
And then-
out too. For a lot of Souls fans, they're really excited about that. I remember playing it at PAX West last year, and I'm not the biggest Souls guy, but you know, it's an interesting setting. It's based off of Pinocchio, you know. It has all of like the Dark Souls, you know, Bloodborne like things that people love. So if that thing comes out playing good, you know, that could be up there too. It's so hard. Like I'm talking like this, thinking like, oh, there could be chances for other games. Like as far as I'm concerned right now, like Tears of the Kingdom is probably gonna be the game of the year. The only other two that could probably catch up to it is either Starfield if it comes out fantastic. Like my heart wants to say Street Fighter 6, but I know that it's a fighting game, and fighting games normally don't get
It's
a lot of the mainstream appreciation. Like the only fighting games that really get like mainstream attention is Mortal Kombat and Smash Brothers. Like as legendary as like Street Fighter is as a franchise, it doesn't get as much love as just like a game as a whole.
It should.
It should.
Hella pushing boundaries. This game.
Oh, for sure. But like as far as game of the year, I don't know.
I'm gonna wild card Final Fantasy and Armored Core in there. I'm gonna say it's gonna be them, Spider-Man.
Oh fuck, that's right. I just talked about how much I've been loving fucking Final Fantasy. Like that's in the running too.
Final Fantasy, Armored Core, Spider-Man, Tears of the Kingdom, and I forgot the other one I said. That's my top 5.
And I know like a lot of people like don't look at like Mario side scrollers that way, but like Super Mario Brothers Wonder could be in the top 10 maybe if it's innovative enough to, you know, kind of break like, because the last like Mario side scrollers were just kind of like remakes, or not remakes, they were ports of like the Wii U versions that weren't that exciting, you know. But it seems like they're really trying to change it up a bit, like do something very different with the 2D Mario, you know, style. And you know, we already got one Nintendo game that's definitely going to be in the running, so maybe, you know, it's a Mario game. People love Mario, especially with the movie that just did so well. You know, I'm pretty sure like this holiday, you know, a lot of people are going to be wanting a Mario game.
Yahoo!
I don't know. The Game Awards this year are going to be wild.
I'm just waiting for that symphony, and I hope they bring that guy back. that really excited.
That flautist. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has to be a lock for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the gaming world's fucking wild. You know, I'm glad one of the the realms is doing well this year. Like movies are kind of touch and go this year, but games are fine. Games are doing great. You know,
as far as we know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of shit that's going to hit the fan. Just like there's got to be a couple more Redfalls up in there.
I hope not.
I hope they have a good success story. They had a template. That's why I keep bringing it up. A really cool idea, and they just fumbled it, man. I hope they pull a No Man's Sky and they come back. I'll give it to them for now, unless they're really shitting on their people.
It's hard to be a No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is such a unique situation. Yep. Don't get me wrong. I would love nothing more than Redfall to be, you know, as another success story, kind of like how you know Cyberpunk was. But I don't know. That game just came out all kinds of busted, and like the stories of like, you know, Xbox like kind of just like came with a hands-off approach in that game, and so like, and it seemed like a lot of people that were working on it kind of didn't believe in it. So I don't know.
Like, don't harass the devs either. Don't pull a Destiny or
just
don't
harass anybody. You know,
just don't like.
The only people should harass is probably.
And then they wonder why they won't tell us anything. It's like because you fucking assholes couldn't wait. Just leave them alone. Let them do their job.
Maybe harass the higher ups that
Yeah, there you go. Harass the guy harassing people. There you go.
Yeah.
Harassy harasser.
And also don't harass the fucking voice actors either. They don't deserve that shit. They don't get paid enough to handle that shit.
Still don't know why people do that. People are harassing voice actors going against AI. Right? It's like, yeah, I would be mad too. It's taking my fucking job. It's like, you didn't even have to work. It's like, what are you talking about? Obviously, I had to work to get to this point because you're stealing my voice. Right? It's baffling. Baffling again.
Remember when you were young and you thought that voice acting was the same as acting, where a voice actor just have one role for every project and that's all they worked on until it was done?
Fuck no.
And then you realize that they had
away.
like 20 other jobs at the same time.
As soon as I started that journey, that's been very slow, but still, holy shit, are they underpaid and overworked too? I mean, of course they get good gigs too. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely some people raking it in, but holy shit, that ladder is rough, man.
It is.
Don't steal from these artists. Don't.
Studios, pay your actors well. That's
Pay your actors, pay your writers.
Pay all of your employees well. That's the moral of the story. That's the moral. That's the moral of this podcast.
You get Redfall.
You don't. You get Batgirl.
So, it breaks my heart that it sounds like everyone was on board, and Warner Brothers was like, "Fuck it."
It was like it was 90% done. They just had a few visual effects things to do it, and it was ready to launch.
The visual effects are probably better than the fucking Flash. I bet you.
But no, Joel, it was meant to be like that.
Maybe it'll be cool archival footage, right? They'll stick it in some other movie where it's like, in this universe, this is what happened. Or like, let me go check on Batgirl really quick, and then they just show that, It's lazy, but at least we get something. Man.
Joel, I'd hate to rain on your parade even more.
Oh, it's gone now. I know, that shit's deleted.
It's not deleted. It's just wrapped up in red tape because legally, if they file it as a, tax break, they cannot touch it. It's just sad. It's just really sad, But you know what? That's, that's in the past. Hopefully now, maybe the DCU can finally, find some kind of stability, and we'll get a new Batgirl movie down the line.
Batgirl with Blue Beetle. You mentioned earlier, I forgot we had Aquaman too. I forgot that was a thing. I thought they were just fucking done with that universe, those people in that universe,
Nope.
that whole.
See, it's just weird that Warner Brothers just keeps wasting money. They just keep wasting money. That's all they do.
Playing catch up with Avengers still.
Oh, you know what Warner Brothers is doing right though? I forgot to talk about this. I watched the new Superman animated series.
Oh, I've heard it's actually doing well.
It is fantastic. It's My Adventures with Superman, I believe. It's done by the people that did the Netflix Voltron show.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm in then. I guess I gotta watch
it has great animation, great voice acting.
Voltron.
It's such a good show. The first episode's actually available on YouTube for free. So if you don't have Max, you can actually just go watch the first episode, like the pilot episode, for free. It is a 2-parter pilot for the show, but boy, I think they got Superman right. They got like the good classic Superman-esque, good boy, like the good boy that does what's right and saves the day, and none of like this like dark brooding bullshit. It's based, so the show is kind of based with like a younger Clark. So this is like Clark like becoming an intern at the Daily Planet, and he's like kind of he's, as a young adult, he's like learning how to become Superman. He's like kind of like forced into being Superman because like, Lois and his friend were kind of in trouble, and so he had to use his powers to kind of save the day. But now he's kind of like juggling with like that, having the superhero identity and like the Clark Kent identity, and it's like hijinks ensues kind of deal. But it has the great animation, the good writing, good voice acting that you would expect from the makers of Voltron. So I highly recommend go watch the new Superman animated series. It is actually something good.
We'll say on Twitter the little trailer for like his transformation sequence, like Sailor Moon. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, dude, that it's better even watching it in the episode. It just has that like nice little touch, and I forgot where I saw it. I think it might have been on TikTok or something, but someone actually did a side by side of Sailor Moon and Superman, and
Nice.
it's almost like shot for shot like the same progression of like transformation, like going up from like the boots, and you see like the the ribbons and like the cape flying out and stuff like that. It's like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Speaking of dark and brooding, I keep forgetting. Me and my wife keep talking about it. Witcher season 3 came out. Apparently, it's not doing so hot with views because Henry Cavill's not returning. But doesn't mean I won't watch it. But I just keep forgetting about it. I know they're switching to the Hemsworth, right? He's going to be the next Witcher
for the next season.
Black Mirror too. Fuck. There's too many games, too much to watch. Too many movies.
There's a lot of stuff.
Summer, man. They just. Man.
But yeah, so much stuff has just happened in like the past few days, and including today. But I'm sure by the time we have the next episode, there's going to be so much more stuff to talk about. Of course.
Yeah.
I believe we're going to be wrapping up here. So thank you all for listening, watching, and of course, if you're not here watching live on twitch.tv/UnitedWeNerd, you could be missing out on interacting with us, as well as maybe chatting a little bit after the podcast as well.
After show.
But of course, if you can't watch live, you can listen on podcast services, and you can watch the VOD on youtube.com/@UnitedWeNerd. But of course, Joel, if they can't talk to us here in the Twitch chat, and they want to ask us something, or they just want to give us a little critiques or whatnot, where can they do that?
Questions, comments, critiques. UnitedWeNerdcast@gmail.com. Send us an email. Let us know what you think. Give us your hot takes, your bad takes. Let us know what you think is our bad take. You have, me and Brian, we're pretty much the same wavelength most of the time. But with Marcelo, he's way different. Maybe you agree with what Marcelo thinks, or what we think, or not. Like, let us know.
That's very true.
We're also on, like Brian said, we're on Twitch, YouTube with 2 channels. United We Nerd Rewind. Catch our Street Fighter. A lot of fun. What else? TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Threads. We're on Threads now because people had the max exodus from Twitter. There's still some people on Twitter, but yeah, check out those, the big ones, the big social media. We're not on Hive, right? Are we on Hive? I don't remember.
We are on Hive, and we are on Thread as well.
There you go. So again, email, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Threads. it's a lot. I'm gonna have to start actually writing them all down now. I mean, I used to before, but yeah, find us there. Reach out to us. Shit, man, if you want to chat with us too. I mean, as long as you're not a bad guest. We've had some guests. Come on for the ride. Chat with us on Twitch too.
Hell yeah. And of course, if you want to hang out with us on the weekends, we have the Weekend Warrior streams as well, where me, Joel, and maybe some people in the future as well just kind of hang out, play some video games, either cooperatively or combatively. And of course, like Joel said, that the VODs for that will be on UWN Rewind as well. Of course, I've been Brian. This has been Joel. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and nerding out with us. We appreciate it. We hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And of course, remember, forever and always, keep on nerding.
Cybertron is live.
Maximize.
It's hype.